So I made this, like when I was in jail, one of the times I was in jail, I landed a job in the stained glass workshop, somehow. And I suppose, tentatively, it's, particularly at the time of making it, being allowed to make stuff like this, being allowed to be creative, realizing you could make something beautiful, quite simply. It was like, it's really good for my mental state, back then. And so, yeah, tentatively, it's good for that. And, in terms of its symbolism, the jury's out, really, whether that's healthy or not. Like, it's a symbol for what they call a brigadier, which is it's an inferior of Lucifer. And, yeah, this brigadier, as they call him, it's like, it's called Sagatana. And Sagatana is sort of a lesser demon who's, supposed to be able to give the gift of invisibility and bring the dead to life, and, a few other bits and bobs. It opens keyholes and lets you see what's going on in others' houses. So this is a symbol for that inferior, Satan's little helper, one of Satan's little helpers. Yeah, I was never actually convinced that Sagatana could help me bring the dead to life, or make me invisible, or open doors to others' houses. Not that I ever really wanted that, but I do believe in the power of spells. Same as I believe in the power of concentration and prayer. Often I was inspired by the written word. Particularly with stuff like esoteric stuff, psychology. So all understanding about how the mind works, how people relate. It really inspired a lot of the art that I tried to commit. So yeah, it relates because, it's a real serious part of me and my worldview. It's a real in-depth study of my condition, of the human condition, I think, in terms of them being able to express that through art and the unseen. And of course, it reminds me of when I was in jail, which was a fantastic time for me, because, I got in. This last sentence, particularly, it was a 5-year sentence, so it's quite a long one, and most jail sentences for me were real positive times. They got me out of so obviously my lifestyle had been quite colourful, and I got myself into various situations in the family business, which was selling drugs and stuff. And particularly when I got that 5-year sentence, maybe 2-3 weeks before I got nicked, I was inches away from blowing someone's head off. And every time, I taught myself to paint in jail. I was running the art class in jail. I was gym orderly in jail, they were two of the best jobs, particularly gym orderly. That's the best job you can have in jail, in terms of respect from the other cons, and of course, running art classes, I taught myself to paint, and, again, that was amazing. And the Tiffany work, in Risley, they had this workshop, stained glass. It's unbelievable. I can't even remember how I got on it, but I got on it, and there was only 2 of us, 2 lads and a screw, right? And we was beavering away, and yeah, we'd make, Tiffany lampshades, church windows, terrariums, vases. It was brilliant. I used to sneak stuff back to the pad, I made on the quiet, and sneak it out on visits, or sell them on the wing, vases and stuff, Yeah, that's how it was. So I've had this since, 1999. It's just got one crack in it, one scratch, just one crack in all that time. I've moved, been homeless, been back to jail, been through relationships, I've been through all the stuff. and it's still here, just with one crack. So it's done well, you know, it's lasted.